Hi guys, welcome back to Homes and Cooking. So today we're going to make Italian meatball soup, and I like to make a pot of soup for like something to eat in the refrigerator, or you take it out of the refrigerator for like 2 or 3 days. So this sounded like something good, and I altered it a bit because we haven't made it before, so hang in there with me. So I took, this is the 365 ground meat, yeah, from Whole Foods, but it's good. So I got a pound of the like lowest fat. I think it's like 90% real beef, and then there's the rest of the percentage fat, and then a half a pound of the ground pork, and I put them in a bowl and I mushed them up together, mush, 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 so that they became like one meat. And then I added like 4 tablespoons of ground parsley, and I added 1 egg, and then I added 3/4 of a cup of grated Parmesan, and then 3 like chopped fine garlic. Again, 365 garlic. And Whole Foods is really not that expensive anymore because Vaughn's is almost just as expensive, and their stuff just doesn't look as fresh. So I mushed this all together with salt, pepper, and a half teaspoon of oregano. So mushed it all together, then started to make these cute little meatballs. Can you see them? Look at them. They're very, very cute. They're about 1 inch. They're what's called small meatballs, but they're not that small. So the trick to this, and I have learned this before, is you put them in the fridge for about 30 minutes, and then they get a lot easier to fry. They don't go all over the place. They stay pretty whole. So I'm going to be putting these in the fridge, and then I'm going to be making the stock, which is you take a cup-ish of onion, and I get the pre-cooked, what is wrong with me? The pre-cut onion, because it's so much easier and so much better cut than I can do. So you do a cup of the onion, a cup of cut carrots, about 3/4 of a cup of celery, and you take a couple of tablespoons of extra virgin cold pressed olive oil, and this can be anywhere that it's cold pressed and good olive oil. And then you saute them all up so that they get some flavor with a little bit of salt and pepper again. And then you're going to take these suckers out of the refrigerator if it's half an hour, and you're going to saute them in a pan that can hold like 6 to 7 cups of stock. So you're going to cook them lightly. I didn't do them because I wanted you to see what they look like, and because I don't have anybody shooting this and I don't know how to edit. I've already heard that before. But you saute them lightly because it's not like poultry and pork. You can just cook lightly and it's fine. And then after you saute them, put them aside back in this plate. Saute the onions, the carrots, the celery, and calls for a cup of diced potato, but that's nothing. So I just got a medium russet potato, and I cut it up in little pieces, and you're gonna saute that with the veggies. And you can obviously salt and pepper. I salt and pepper to taste. I really don't measure it. So cooking to taste is gonna give you the results that you like. And then I'm going to put these guys back in the pot, and the famous pre-done stock. I usually eat, I don't know why I can't talk today. I usually use chicken stock, but this is beef broth, and this is really what it calls for when I found this recipe a while ago. So put in like 6 cups, see what it looks like. If you need more, just keep adding. This will give you probably 7-ish cups, so you have plenty. What I do too is I get the little round jar of like instant consomme if I need more and I've run out of stock. Put it with hot water and then I make my own. I don't like to cook with water. Water is tasteless. It's wonderful, it's good for you, but it's tasteless. So you're gonna do that. And also what I got, and it called for cabbage when I found this, but I got some broccoli stew slaw. I don't know, it looks like cabbage to me. Just to give it a little bit more oomph, I'm gonna put a cup of that in it. And it'll just make it more veggie-ish. And then I think we are done. I always squeeze some lemon. Where's my squeezy lemon? I always squeeze some lemon when I'm cooking soup. So just have a lemon handy. Once again, squeeze to taste. And it'll come out really good. And it's really simple. It just looks like there's a lot in it. Maybe because there's a lot in it. But it's basically carrots, onions, potato, celery, stock, broccoli slaw, whatever the heck that is, but I would put in some cabbage if you have some. And for the meatballs is beef, a little bit of ground pork, garlic, parsley, 1 egg, and in this meatballs, there's no breadcrumbs. Everything's going to be held together because you're going to put it in the fridge for 20 to 30 minutes. So enjoy it. I think you'll like it. It's going to be easy and nutritious and tastes really good. So I will take pictures of the final soup and post them on Instagram. And always email me, ggillette@cox.net, if you want a detailed recipe. But my stuff you can pretty much cook just by doing what I tell you, because it's never that fancy. And I'm with Coldwell Banker in Del Mar. If you have any questions, give me a call. I'm going to be posting a business video on some really exciting back and forth I've had with a few of the area residents about the status of commissions. And I just make it light and entertaining and back up what my thoughts are. So watch for that one, and we'll talk soon. Thank you so much. Beeping you out. Beep, 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 beep.